Good morning, everyone. We're here in Beijing, China, standing in front of the massive Forbidden City.
With the huge complex averaging around 80,000 visitors a day, there is a very important backstory to the important cultural heritage site.
Yes, it all starts with the Emperor Zhu Di, who had moved to the capital of the Chinese Empire from Nanjing to Beijing during the Ming Dynasty.
The emperor was considered the son of heaven, and he built this site to reflect this divinity. He ordered a palace that was in harmony with the universe and connects the earthly and celestial world. According to legend, there are 9,999 rooms, one less room than the heavenly palace of the supreme deity, whom the Chinese believe lived in the sky.
Following the rule of the Ming Dynasty, the Qing Dynasty continued to rule and live in the Forbidden City in Beijing. Throughout its history, there have been a few renovations, and these include the architects of the complex using cosmic order from Confucian ideology that held Chinese social structure together.
The structure took 14 years in total to complete, and 1 million workers, along with 100,000 engineers and artisans, worked to construct the site.
All this work leads to an absolutely amazing complex of buildings and palaces. With about 980 buildings in total, the entire complex is 961 by 753 meters, surrounded by a 52-meter wide moat.
The moat surrounds a high wall, and the two separate the 250-acre complex from the bustling city outside. It becomes clear throughout the compound that many elements were included in order to appease the gods and maintain divine good fortune. The main entrance gates and imperial halls are arranged on a north to south axis, and each of the buildings in the compound face south, as the builders believed spirits come from the south. The walls of each building are a crimson color to symbolize the North Star, with a yellow roof to allude to the sun. Additionally, roofs were topped with 9 creatures to guard from evil spirits, always including a dragon, which symbolized the ruler and encouraged rain.
The structures of the building were designed in accordance with the Treatise on Architectural Methods or State Building Standards, otherwise known as the Yingxiao Faxi. This essentially meant that specific buildings were designed based on the different ranks.
Yes, and we can see this applied in the different functions of the buildings of the north and south ends of the complex. The southern end acted as the realm of state affairs in which only men had access. These buildings consisted of reception halls, sites of religious rituals, and state ceremonies. The northern end was dedicated to the imperial family and was the site of the 3 most important palaces in the entire compound.
These 3 palaces were all very important to the imperial family. The first of these was the emperor's main residence, known as the Palace of Heavenly Purity, which essentially symbolizes the supreme status of the emperor. The empress's residence is the next most important palace, known as the Palace of Earthly Tranquility. The third of the northern palaces is known as the Hall of Celestial and Terrestrial Union, where imperial weddings and familial ceremonies would take place.
Another one of the most pivotal structures is the Hall of Supreme Harmony, which dominated the north and south axis. The hall is situated on a white marble terrace and looks over a 600-foot wide courtyard. This hall is so important because it houses the emperor's audience chamber, where the divine ruler conducted imperial business. Not only was this the symbolic center of the Chinese Empire, but it was also considered to be the center of the entire universe.
This idea of Axis Mundi is similar to that of the Aztecs in Mexico, who had a similar ideology regarding their Templo Mayor in Tenochtitlan hundreds of years later. The Chinese were one of the first large, powerful civilizations to consider themselves to be at the center of the universe, and many other civilizations soon made that claim about themselves.
The Forbidden City acts almost as a time capsule of this period in world history, continuing to educate the masses today about Chinese heritage, religion, and culture of the past.